Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another Scraptember layout with you guys. I today am focusing on florals. So I've got two distress inks and oxides, a mustard seed in oxide, and the hickory smoke in ink. I also have two blending brushes. My yellow, I don't know what happened to it, but it's still yellow. I also have two stencils for you guys, the Tim Holtz Burst stencil and then this Dusty Attic Fishnet stencil, which I think is DA 1496. Yes, it is. In case you guys are curious, it's this really cool netted stencil. I also have some flare buttons that are from Scrap and Happy Studio, and these three particular buttons came from my July box of the month, if you guys are interested in that. I also have these awesome Monstera leaves that were also available back in July. So there are the pack of leaves. You get the whole set in one pack. I just don't have them in a package. Mine are all individual, so I could play with them and see them and kind of see if everything looks good. I also have some seaweed leaves that are from the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Coastal Collection. So I'm going to try to incorporate those on the layout. I also have a chipboard piece from Simple Stories, a tag from 49 and Market Sunburst Collection, and several other things also from Simple Stories Coastal, Simple Vintage Coastal, and 49 and Market Sunburst. So I've got flowers from Sunburst and flowers from Simple Stories. I've got this refreshed chipboard from 49 and Market, and just a random bit of flowers and whatnot that are from both collections. The same with all of my wordy bits. I'm not sure exactly which ones I want to play with, so I picked out more than I actually wanted to work with. I picked out more than I'm going to put on my layout, but same with the flowers. I didn't know if I wanted the pink flowers or the yellow flowers. So this one here is from the 49 and Market Sunburst workshop kit or ultimate page kit, and I'm not actually going to use that on my layout. It just ended up in my pile. And then I have the sticker sheet from Simple Vintage Coastal. This is a foundation paper from 49 and Market, the Sunburst collection. So I'm just sharing with you guys the branding strip. So it's paper number 4 from the foundations. I'm finally going to use up these pink papers because it seems like that's all I have left out of this kit. And then a white daisy cardstock close to my heart. So I have these two photos, and they're the exact same photos, except one is to where you could see the whole boat, and the other one is a close-up of me and Janet. And so I'm going to shrink the close-up to to a 3x4. That way it's not really about the boat, but you can see us, and then the other far away one is to see the sheer size of this cool little boat that was turned into like an oversized chair, basically. And then I'm going to back my photos in this hot pink, only because of the fact that I thought it would look really cool and really stand out. The photos have no pink in them whatsoever, and so I definitely think that the boat and the yellow are going to just shine on this bright pink. Seeing how they have nothing to do. There's a pillow that almost looks like it's pink, but I think it's orange. If I'm being honest, I'll have to check my layout for sure. But I do love how the photos just pop right off of this very bright color, even though it has nothing to do with the colors in the photo. Oh, alrighty. So then I am going to take my photos and lay them down where I think I want all of my stencil work and whatnot. But before I start doing any of the stenciling, I'm going to, make sure that my main photo, which is the 4x6, is actually straight. And then I'm going to grab a pencil and mark down where I want my stencil work to go. So that way I just know I don't have too much stencil behind everything, and then I'm not going to be able to see the stencil at all. I'm going to use my magnets that actually are available they're available at the same website that I got my mat on, my glass mat. So if you guys are interested in picking up any of these well, I think they're called pawn magnets because they look like pawns in a chessboard. But if you're interested in picking up any of those or a glass mat, there is a link down below. If you use my my code, you can get 20% off if you guys are curious. So I went ahead and I took the mustard seed and did a little bit of bursting, and now I'm taking hickory smoke and I'm going to put that behind some of the photos, not filling in the gap. I didn't want to do that. In fact, I almost did, but I just wanted to do both sides of my layout. With just a little bit of bursting. And so I'm not going to apply too much of the adhesive behind my photo either, because I want to be able to tuck things behind it. So, or attempt to. Now I am going to fussy cut out around this rope wreath, but I don't end up actually using it on the layout. Now, my first initial thought was it's going to be a main focal cluster behind the title. But I opted not to do that because I realized that I've got a lot to be putting on this layout, and I definitely wanted to focus on the flowers rather than the title, which when I put the title together, it ended up not really making any room for flowers. Now I know in this chipboard cluster there's palm trees and flowers and a boat, which I thought was perfect because we're sitting on a boat, but I didn't have any other palm trees, and so I opted not to put the palm trees in there because they were the only ones. They really stuck out. And like I said, then the title got too big. I couldn't see my bottom burst, things like that. So I definitely wanted to make sure that that I'm able to see my burst. Now, Janet and I actually already went on our excursion. So this is, I want to say Labadie in Haiti, and we went and did a snorkel. So we our excursion was snorkeling out in the big wide blue area. And we just got back. We went back to the hotel on the boat, or back to our room on the boat, or I guess it's called a cabin, and took some showers and got dressed to where we were more comfortable walking around in the sun. And I'm glad we did too, because I actually wore long sleeved bathing suits, so I didn't have to worry about a sunburn on my shoulders. And so I didn't want to walk around in a long sleeve suit and then it not, I get too hot walking around in all of that sun. So yes, we were stopped, and thankfully our excursion got over enough, soon enough to where the photographers were still out. So we got to take pictures with the big old huge Labadie word sign, and we got to take pictures with the large chair in Labadie. I know I keep saying that name. And then of course there was this boat, and lots of other things. I think there was a sign that we took a picture in front of, just loads and loads of different things. And we were able to actually get not only just our own pictures, just with us, not with us, but by ourselves with our own phones, but we were also able to take ship photos, right, with a photographer. So that was pretty fun too. I really liked all of the photo opportunities that Royal Caribbean offers with with getting on and off. And you by all means you can take them or not. It's entirely up to you. But I really did like our opportunity. To be able to come back after such a long excursion. I didn't feel cheated on the excursion at all. I absolutely loved it. I definitely wanted to bring in these starfish because of the shirt that I am wearing. It's a corally shirt. The pillow that Janet and I are leaning up against is also like a corally striped pillow, but I don't remember the other colors that are in the pillow at this moment. So I just wanted to bring in a little bit of the coral. I at first thought I was going to bring in the yellow flowers and then a lot of orange accents, but then I realized that it's not really orange. I think that the orange would have been overpowering, so I opted not to do any of that. And I especially love bringing in the Monstera leaves because it helps bring in that wood that, you know, from the boat. So I really like that. I also have this small little journaling strip. I think I'm going to tuck it under because I don't really have a whole lot to say, but I definitely wanted to say something about the fact that we were lucky to be able to get some pictures. Here I'm just sharing with you guys how I am flattening a flare using my cutting plate and then one of my plates for my small die cut machine. I'm not really sure if all small die cut machines are created equal or not, but that is the sandwich that I use, and it just goes by super smooth. The flare is flat, and I absolutely love putting them on all the things ever since I figured out that I can flatten flare. It's awesome. And then the last thing I'm going to add to the layout is a couple of these wordy bits. One says sunny day, the other one says friends, sandy toes, and it's a sandy toes kind of day, and then soaking up the sun is what the little banner says above refresh. So I really do like how this layout ended up turning out. I killed all of those 49 and Market flowers. Some of them were different colors, and at first I thought that they'd had to be used on two different layouts, but I love the different colors of the same flower. I really do like that. I'm glad I was able to use the Fun in the Sun flare from Scrap and Happy Studio, and I got 2 stencils on the layout. I mean, I love it when I can use tools and feel like I made a dent in the collection that I picked out for this whole album. So super excited there. All right, you guys, so that is the layout that I have for you guys today. Don't forget to check out the playlist that is right here for you guys, and check out all the other videos for Scraptember, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.